right, let's begin the question.
Yes, sir.
Mike, you were talking about per capita and looking at it as being, and thought crossed my mind, mentioned, I guess kind of historically, like the grandmother would think. And do you look at per capita like like time ago, everything was common holding.
Yes, sir.
Land was common, everything was common. Is that how you view per capita, and would you like to see the tribe go back to one of the common holding perspective? You mentioned Indian law and things like that. Could you address those questions?
Okay, on per capita, our land right now is common held. It's for the tribe as a whole. Per capita deals with payments at a percentage, not the entire principal, not the entire income, but a percentage of that and divided equally amongst the people. The federal government has established rules and regulations for us in 25 CFR subsection 120 on per capita payments. So if anyone wanted to research that, there is already existence from 1911, and it was reaffirmed in 2013.
All right,
Do you realize that if there was a per capita, that it would take away from all of the services that we have?
Not necessarily. 95% of our service benefits come from federal grants and treaties. If you will look at the budget, not very much out of the net revenue is going into the service part.
But we have a lot of Chickasaws, so it would have to be divided between the amount of Chickasaws that we
Yes,
have.
ma'am.
So it wouldn't be a benefit per capita.
First of all, you would have to do what is required would be a detailed audit, and determination would have to be sent before the Secretary of Interior. That program has to be approved. In the gaming resolution, per capita payment is one of the main goals of it. But when we did our gaming law, we put in there no per capita payment will be provided to Chickasaw citizens.
all right, any other question? Is there anything you would like to,
If our net income for a year is $250 million, a $1,000 per capita payment to each of the qualified citizens, which would just be everybody, would take about $50 million. If you have a quarter or $500 million, surely $50 million is not going to hurt our businesses or anything else. Per capita payments can be made, can be useful. The children's money would be going into trust funds for them. The parents could not touch it, and the children would receive that at the age of majority, whatever that is determined by our tribe.
is there anything else you want to discuss, Michael?
Well, under COBEL, it's a per capita settlement. Right now, we have quite a, I think there's like 2,000 something estates that have been qualified to receive payments, but we cannot locate the heirs or the individual themselves. Even though my mother and I attend most of the legislative meetings and go to BIA to investigate our assets and things, she was added to the list of unknown whereabouts. We had to go in there and struggle with BIA to make sure that her assets are being monitored correctly. She lost half her mineral interest. because of EIA mishandling. She shared ownership of her allotment proceeds with me. Her mother shared that with her. Our status with the EIA is that Muskogee has to approve all our transactions. Anything that we do is more restricted than most normal inheritances. We are classified as devisees, which is transfer of ownership by instruments or conveyances, where most people have a transfer by a probate or something along that effect. We are on the status of allottees according to their rules and regulations. So I've had to investigate the federal government rules and regulations in great depth to protect our assets.
That's
Any-
good
any
information.
question?
That's
Yeah,
good.
there is about 2,200 Chickasaw estates for individuals or deceased people that need to be claimed. That money is going to, the word is escheat back to the government, and it will be to the tribal government. Whereas most Native American governments are helping their citizens determine if they qualify for these payments, Chickasaw Nation is not. I'm sorry to say, they are not. I've asked the legislators to put that in place. I've asked the executive branch to open up something so that our people will know what is there, what their family.
Thank you, Council.